I think homogeneous आणि नॉन होमोजेनियस सिस्टम समजलं. Homogeneous and non-homogeneous system समजलं का linear equations. Okay, cofactors पासून स्टार्ट करायचं आहे. ओके, सो राइट हँड साइड आणि लेफ्ट हँड साइड आपण बघितलं आहे, राइट. सो इट्स युअर equation, right? Equation की right hand side if it is 0 then it's a homogeneous system, and if it not 0 then it's a non-homogeneous system. So we just take out this solution for non-homogeneous system. Non-homogeneous system साठी काय बघितलं होतं, where the right hand side is not equal to 0. So this one, any of this is not 0, it should be both 0. If it is not both of any of one is 0 and other is not 0, then it is not a homogeneous system. So here we'll express it in the form of matrix. So 4, 7, pi minus 8, right? And x, y. This is your x matrix, and D will be your matrix for the right hand side equation or right hand side. So we just take out this one. The solution will be like this: x is equal to b, x is equal to a inverse b. So what we have seen, just a minute. So here we have seen A is equal to the matrix. Then we find out determinant A. Why? Because A inverse will exist only when there is a determinant A is not equal to 0. Let's check out. A inverse is equal to 4 into minus 8 minus 5 into 7. So it's a minus 67, right? So minus 67. So A doesn't equal to 0. That's why determinant A is not equal to 0. Therefore, A inverse exists. So we have just found out the minus and cofactors. So minus and minus of the particular A matrix will be like this. Okay. What does it mean? We have to find out the minus like this for A. For 4, it's a minus this one. For 7, it will be the minor will be this one. For 5, this is. For minus 8, this is. Okay. So cofactors will be, we just have to change the sign of minus. For the 2 by 2 matrix, what will be the rule? It is plus minus minus plus. It means we have to change the sign of this and this element. So for first, it doesn't change. For second, it is changed as plus 5 into minus 5. For third, we change as plus is to minus, right? So we change, it is plus 7. So we converted, change the sign into minus 7. And last one is there is no change in the sign. So as it is will be the cofactor. So cofactor matrix will be this one: minus 8, minus 5, minus 7, and 4. Now adjoint A will be the transpose matrix of cofactors. So transpose, it means rows becomes columns. So minus 8, minus 5, it becomes this one: minus 8, minus 5. Again, this row becomes column. So we get the adjoint A. Now what we will find out? A inverse. So A inverse of formula काय? It is A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant A multiplied by adjoint A. So determinant A we find out minus 67, and adjoint is this matrix. So A inverse becomes 1 upon minus 67, and this will. Okay, don't simplify this. We just use it in a next equation. So equation next काय? We have an equation as x is equal to A inverse into B, right? So A inverse into B, x is equal to 1 upon minus 67. Then this is your A inverse matrix, this one, and multiply by B. Okay. For this, we just multiply this by row and column as per multiplication of matrix rule. So it becomes minus 8 into 9. It's a minus 7 into plus into bracket minus 7 into minus 15. So it becomes plus 105. So it's a 105. 5 into 9, minus 5 into 9, it is minus 45. 4 into minus 15, so plus into bracket, 4 into minus 15, it becomes minus 60. So it will be this one. So x is equal to, we got multiplication by simplifying, we get 33 and minus 105. So x will multiplication rule. This is will be multiply divided by to each
Ma'am, sound is
element
breaking.
of the matrix. So 33 multiplied by 1 upon minus 67, it is 33 divided by minus 67. And minus 4 5 divided by minus 7, minus 1 become plus. So it's 105 divided by 66. Okay. And this is x minus the exception of non-homogeneous. Okay, just a minute. I hope now it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now it is a equation. Now in your examination, if it is in MCQ format, right? So they will not ask at this much long question for your MCQ. They will just ask you this equation, that how you will find out the value of x with the help of a linear equation. So for linear equation, matrix is AX is equal to B. It's your main matrix. But for this purpose, to find out the x, we just converted x is equal to A inverse into B. So it is your equation, it is your solution to find out the value of x and y in linear equation, so linear equation format. And the second, they will ask for the A inverse. A inverse will exist only when there is determinant of particular matrix is not equal to 0. So they may ask you whether they may give you the matrix, and they will ask you whether inverse of that matrix is exist or not. So for that purpose, we had to find out determinant of matrix. If it is not equal to 0, then A inverse exists. If it is 0, A inverse does not exist. So just remember this formula: x is equal to A inverse into B. We just check out regarding the non-homogeneous equation, right? So for the purpose of homogeneous equation, what will be the solution? So just a minute. So for homogeneous equation, what is it? It's a solution in homogeneous equation. Their right hand side is 0, right? So both equation has a equal 0 side on the right hand side. That's why it is called as a homogeneous system of equation. So we just convert it into the form of matrix. Then we'll get this one: 2, 3, 4, 8, and x is equal to x, y, the variables, and b is equal to 0, 0. So the B matrix here, the B matrix is 0. That's why it is called as a homogeneous system of linear equation. Now, when we'll go for simplification, so rule is how you will find out the linear equation solution. It will be Ax is equal to B. Okay, it means x is equal to A inverse multiplied by B. So next step will be, this is our equation: A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 8, right? So we'll first find out determinant A. Determinant A will be find out as cross multiplication. So 2 into 8 minus 3 into 4. So it is 16 minus 12 will get 4. So it is not equal to 0. Determinant is not equal to 0. That's why A inverse will exist here. Now, if A inverse exists, we will find out cofactors, right? So minus and cofactors of the particular matrices will be this one. Cofactors we directly find out like this. 2 as a cofactor and 8, right? So 3 is a minor asnar 4. This is 4, but sign will be changed. So minus 4. 4 is a 3, sign will be changed, minus 3, and 8 is a 2 as it is. So adjoint can are transpose matrix of your cofactors. So transpose matrix of your cofactors will be this one. So this row becomes column. 8 minus 4 becomes 8 minus 4 column. Then row minus 3 2 becomes, it's a row column minus 3 2. So adjoint A will be, sorry, inverse A will be 1 upon determinant A multiplied by adjoint A. So this is a equation. So 4 is your determinant. So we just calculate here 4. Adjoint A, this is the adjoint A. So we get A inverse. Now we have an equation as x is equal to A inverse B. So we just put out the value of A inverse, right? And B का है right hand side is 0. So anything, any matrix multiply by 0, it becomes 0. That's why x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. This is a property of the homogeneous equation. If they have given you the equation with a homogeneous side and ask you to find out the value of x and y, always x is 0 and y is 0. So by definition of equality, x is 0 and y is equal to 0. So what are the properties? So uniqueness of your homogeneous equation are, first one, if A is a square matrix and A is determinant of 0, then homogeneous system of linear equation have only travel but unique solution. That travel equation solution म्हणतात. Travel equation म्हणजे काय? This it is your travel equation. Why? Right hand side is your 0. It means you have to multiply the inverse matrix by 0. If anything multiply by 0, you get the answer as a 0. Right? If it is 0, then if left hand side is x and y equal to 0, 0, then it ultimately becomes x equal to 0, y is equal to 0. It is applicable for 3 by 3 matrix also. Only the condition is the B matrix, that is right hand side of the equation must be the 0, and the it is a square matrix with a determinant 0, non-zero. If determinant is not 0, then homogeneous system, in case of homogeneous system, answer will be 0 for every variables x, y, z or x, y, whatever the equations or variables given. And the third one is if it is not a 0, right? We have seen if it is not a 0, then we get this solution. But if it is equal to 0, then it is non-trivial solution. So non-trivial solution, it means we have to find out the infinite number of solutions. So infinite ka why it is infinite? Anything divided by 0, it becomes infinite number. So we cannot find out the solution for the purpose of A. Determinant A is equal to 0 and it is a homogeneous system. Okay. So just remember, in this case for MCQ, they may ask, they have asked you if it is a homogeneous system of equation, it means right hand side is 0, and have given you the A matrix. They have to find out first determinant A. If it is not 0, then the solution will be directly x, y and z. Whatever variables are given, it is equal to 0. Okay. Now the last part is use of matrix in business and economics. How the matrix is used in the business and economics. So matrix may be used in the field of business and economics to calculate or find out first price per unit. We can find out the cost per unit or selling price per unit of any manufacturing product in the industry. Then production for specific time duration. If we have to plan any production process, or we have to complete any consignment or order as we received for the purpose of production of particular products, that time we can use the matrix to calculate how much time duration will need and how much production can be done through the particular capacity, available capacity of the plant. Then comparison of two units for long-term production is also possible. It means which units are more profitable in the long-term business. It means which production should be taken, which units should be produced so that we can get a long-term benefit of production between the two units or two plants of the particular business. Next, requirements of nutrients, nutritions needed per family. It means nutrient power, protein, and then calories and all this for the purpose of nutritions nutrition. They will define with the help of matrix that how much per family requirement, per person requirement, it can be calculated. It is for the nourishment of the particular families families members, right? For example, there is a plan for this the government of India has a various departments, that is women welfare, then children welfare, right? So for that purpose, they have to plan how much calories and protein should be distributed between each member of family. So for that purpose, government will use this method to calculate the requirement of nutrition for every family members. Then raw materials to be required for specific production. If there is a production process or there is a service process, for that we need any order, specific raw materials needed, and for that purpose we can use the matrix to calculate the how much raw material is required to to complete the production order. And the second last is economic distribution of finance over expenses. It means we can distribute the finance जसं GDP असतो. So GDP or expenditure जे government काढते की per person or per family how much per capita income will be there. It also can be calculated through the matrix method also. But matrix method is more complicated. That's why it is rarely used in economics, but mostly used in a business where it is small scale business are there, they can use the matrix method. So just check out one example. They will not ask you the example, but it is just to clear the idea regarding the use of matrix in your business or economic. So suppose there is an example at A to Z cafe, the daily sales of tea, coffee and chocolate for Monday. So they are given the sales of three hot drinks, tea, coffee and chocolate. For Monday, they have given 20, 20 and 10 units. For Tuesday, it's a 25, 25, 12. And for Wednesday, it's a 35, 15 and 14. So sales price of tea and coffee is also, tea, coffee and chocolate is given rupees 40 per unit, rupees 70 per unit and rupees 80 per unit. What they have asked find is total revenue for 3 days by matrix method. So we have to calculate the total amount of sales or revenue they generate in these 3 days with the help of matrix method. Now for the purpose of matrix, what we have to draft first, what is my revenue? The revenue is equal to that sales quantity into sales price per unit, right? But there are three types of sales, right? Three different types of sales are there: tea, coffee and chocolate, and the sales price per unit is also different for these three hot drinks. So what will be the method? So let's matrix S be the quantity sold and matrix C be the price per unit. So for the purpose of selling quantity, days जे आहेत, that is Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, right? This will be your rows, and product quantity जे आहे, this will be your columns. So let's check out. So this will be your days Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and this is tea, coffee and chocolate. So 20, 20, 10 for the Monday, 25, 25, 12 for the Tuesday, and for Wednesday it's a 35, 15 and 15, right? And C will be the price. So price per unit, so it's a tea, coffee and chocolate rate. So 40, 70 and 80. When we go for the multiplication of these two matrix, we will get the revenue of each of these Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's check out for the multiplication. So multiplication कसा होणार? Rows will be multiplied to the column. So 20 ह्या row has each column. So 20 into 40, this one, plus 20 into 70, plus 10 into 80. So first will be this one. For Tuesday, it will be 25 into 40, plus 25 into 70, plus 12 into 80. Always remember, for the purpose of multiplication, we take a addition of the elements, and for the purpose of determinant, we take a minus sign. Okay, so A minus B and the triple ascent for plus C. This is your for determinant, but for multiplication, it is always plus sign. So here, the third one, it becomes like this: 35 multiplied by 40. 15 multiplied by 70, 15 multiplied by 80. So we'll get this amount 3,3710,37650. It is for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday total revenue. But what they have asked total revenue for the 3 days. So for 3 days revenue, we just have to add these three amounts. So total revenue will be 3,000 plus 3,710 plus 3,650 is equal to 10,360. So this is a practical multiplication of your matrix size for the purpose of calculation in business or economics. Okay. So thank you everyone. If you have any queries, let me know.